Hello, my dear students of 11th class. After going through series, which series? Homologous series which differ by CH2 group and which having same functional group or similar structural arrangement, which can be prepared by almost same method and which have almost same properties, and that series compounds which belongs to that series, they are called as what? Homologous series. So with examples we studied uh, alkene series, alkyne series, alcohol series, and the carboxylic acid series. So five homologous series examples we discussed in our previous class. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting chapter which will come till the end of your 12th class. Okay, so let us wait what topic we are going to discuss. We will come to the conclusion afterwards. Okay, first you will see introduction part, right? So I welcome for today's session. In chemistry, an organic compound is one containing carbon atoms. Organic compounds are carbon compounds. Straight away, he want to say like this. Okay, right. But not all carbon compounds are organic. There are some carbon compounds like carbonates, bicarbonates, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. So they come under the inorganic because they are not required for us, not required for our organs. Only except those category. So remaining part we require. So they are called as what? Carbon chemistry, or the carbon compounds, or the organic compounds, and the branch is called as organic chemistry. Carbon is special because a single carbon atom is capable of combining with up to four other atoms. Okay. Carbon is tetravalent. Carbon is having catenating power. Carbon is having self-combining power. So all these we discussed. So you want to convey all these under this paragraph. Carbon can combine with many other atoms, many other carbon atoms, okay, making large molecules. This means that carbon atoms can form chains and rings onto which other atoms can be attached. That means carbon has that ability to go for the straight, branch, ring, close, all those structures. And once the structure is formed, main chain is formed, and on the chain, some other atoms will combine and they go for the different types of organic compounds. Okay, so what is the conclusion of this 3 points? That means organic chemistry is very vast. Okay, when the organic chemistry is very vast, then the first question is how to classify them. So already we have understood how organic compounds are classified in a simple way in our previous discussion. Now today, after understanding how organic compounds are classified into different categories, our next work is what? Our next work is, before you go to the next work, please, okay, please see these examples. CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Pentane. In pentane, all carbon atoms are in a straight chain. Therefore, this is called as normal pentane, normal chain, N-pentane. In short, it is called as what? N-pentane. But in the second example, out of the five carbon atoms which are there in the pentane, four are in the chain. One is branched. Okay, one is branched. But the molecular formula is the same. Structure differs, chain differs. Here all five are in a straight chain. Here four are chain, one is branched. Okay. Now in the third example, you see. Third example is out of the five, three in the chain, two branching, one branch here, other branch is here. So branching is more here, right? But if you see the molecular formula of all the three examples, it is the same. It is C5. Count how many C5 there? How many hydrogen? 3 plus 2 5 plus 2 7 plus 2 9 plus 3 12. It is C5H12 in all the three examples. So molecular formula is the same, structural formula differs. So such compounds are called as what? Isomers. So these are examples for isomers. Whose isomers? Isomers of pentane. Because all the five are in the normal chain, it is called normal pentane. This is isomer pentane or isopentane. This is neomer pentane or neopentane. So these are called three isomers of pentane. But if you see the name, you see, I told this is what? Isopentane. But here, what here written here? 2-methyl butane. Why is it written? Please wait. Now this is called what? Neopentane. But actually what he wrote here? 2,2-dimethyl propane. Number is given di he wrote. So to understand all these, so we have to go for what? A special topic in the organic chemistry, which is the beginning of the organic chemistry. That is what? Naming of organic compounds. How organic compounds are named. That is called as what? Nomenclature. So for every compound, we assign a particular name, keeping some rules and regulations. Okay. So that topic is called as what? How to name organic compounds. So I welcome you all for the today's session on naming of organic compounds to avoid the confusion, because I say this as a isopentane, but he is saying it as a 2-methyl butane. So which one you have to follow? So to avoid the confusion, see whether you follow that or this is not a problem. But when you write a textbook, when you go for submission of your research paper or a project or seminar, so one common rule is followed, one common name is followed. Okay. So as a just open discussion, you can follow any name. But when you want to go for official documentation, official textbook writing, that time you have to follow certain name which is accepted by worldwide, internationally. Therefore, let us understand today how organic compounds are named, keeping in mind certain international rules. Okay, right. This naming is called as what? IUPAC naming. So today we discuss IUPAC names of some organic compounds. But before that, 3 points. What is meant by IUPAC? The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, okay, developed a system for naming organic compounds. IUPAC is an international union. So everybody has to follow this what rules and regulations. This system eliminated many of the ambiguities that plagued earlier naming systems. One country was following its own method, other country its own method, India some other method. So now let us remove all those anomalies, let us remove all those ambiguities. We follow only one rule, that is IUPAC rule. Third point is what? Common names for many substances are still widely used. Though we follow IUPAC nomenclature, but still for some organic compounds, common name is so popular, sometimes we use common name in place of the IUPAC, and IUPAC has accepted that. For example, in the case of a CH3OH, it is called as what? It is called as methanol as per the IUPAC. But what we follow? Methyl alcohol. So methyl alcohol is the common name, whereas the methanol is the IUPAC name. But IUPAC accepted the some what common names, not for all, for some which are popular, which have come from the beginning. Okay, so till today there are some compounds, for them we still use common names. Okay, yeah. Now what is another rule here? Nomenclature rules. For every organic compound there are three parts. First part is what? Root. It is the parent chain, it is the main carbon chain, skeletal or framework, or how we have the backbone, no, main structure for our body. Like that, every organic compound has got a chain. That chain is called what? Parent structure, or it is called as the root. And to this, what is there? Prefix is there. What is prefix? Pre, before. So there are some words we use before the that chain. They come under the category prefixes. Okay. Then there is called suffix. What is suffix here? Normally suffix is what? After the formula. So for example, CH3OH. CH3 is the chain, OH is the suffix. Okay. So OH, that is called what? Functional group. Normally there are others are there. Cl is there, Br is there, I is there. But generally functional group comes at the end. So that is taken as what? Suffix for that chain. So suffix is what? Generally principal or the main functional group. Others are there. And prefix is what? Prefix is from which family, whether it is from methane family or from ethane family, from which family it is derived, that is called a prefix. And prefix, suffix, if you mix for the root carbon chain, then you make the name. So in this way, IUPAC nomenclature is made, and IUPAC naming is given to a particular molecule. So today we understood only three part, and tomorrow we are going to discuss IUPAC rules with examples. So please wait till then. Have a nice time.